In the 14th century, the Aztec people marched through the Valley of Mexico and found a city of ruins. Massive pyramids, long avenues, stone temples covered in murals. But the city was already ancient, abandoned for centuries before the Aztecs arrived. They called it Teotihuacan, the place where men become gods. They believed the gods had created the world there, under the light of the rising sun. And they were right about one thing: this city had been sacred. Today, Teotihuacan is one of the most visited archaeological sites in the Americas, but it remains one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. The people who built it left no written records. Their name is lost. Their language is unknown. All that remains is the city itself. At its peak around 450 CE, Teotihuacan was one of the largest cities on Earth, home to between 100,000 and 200,000 people. It was bigger than any city in Europe at the time. Its Pyramid of the Sun was the third largest pyramid in the world. Its influence stretched across Mesoamerica, from the jungles of Guatemala to the deserts of northern Mexico. And then, around 550 CE, it was abandoned. Within a generation, the city fell silent. Nobody knows exactly why. Teotihuacan was built on a precise grid system. The Avenue of the Dead, a road 2.5 miles long, runs north to south, aligned almost perfectly with the setting sun. It connects the Pyramid of the Moon at the north end to the Temple of the Feathered Serpent at the south. The Pyramid of the Sun is enormous, 216 feet tall, covering 33 acres at its base. When it was built around 200 CE, it was the third largest pyramid in the world. Inside, archaeologists found a cave system beneath the pyramid, sealed with offerings. The Temple of the Feathered Serpent, Quetzalcoatl, is decorated with carved stone heads of the feathered serpent god, alternating with what may be war helmets. It was a place of both worship and sacrifice. Teotihuacan was a planned city. Residential compounds were uniform in size and layout, suggesting a society with less inequality than other ancient cities. The biggest mystery of Teotihuacan is the people who built it. The Aztecs assumed the gods built it, but archaeology shows it was constructed by humans, a sophisticated civilization that left almost no written records. We know they spoke Nahuatl or a related language, based on place names. We know they traded obsidian, the sharp volcanic glass found across Mesoamerica, and that their craftsmen were among the best in the ancient world. The murals of Teotihuacan show a society that valued warfare, ceremony, and the feathered serpent deity. The murals at the Tepantitla compound show a paradise-like afterlife, with the rain god Tlaloc presiding over fields of flowers. But we don't know what they called themselves. We don't know their kings' names. We don't know why they built a city on this scale in this location. The builders of Teotihuacan remain anonymous. Around 550 CE, Teotihuacan collapsed. The evidence is stark. Fires were set in major temples. Sacred objects were deliberately broken, and the elite compounds were abandoned. Within a generation, the population dropped from over 100,000 to perhaps 20,000. The causes are still debated. A severe drought may have triggered the collapse. Archaeological evidence shows repeated droughts in the 6th century, and the city's agricultural system was highly dependent on irrigation. When the rains failed, the food supply collapsed. Internal conflict may have played a role. The Feathered Serpent Temple was attacked, and its stone head smashed. Something happened to the ruling class. Either they lost power, or they were overthrown. Environmental degradation may also have contributed. The city's massive population stripped the surrounding hillsides of timber for construction and fuel. Soil erosion reduced agricultural output. The city may have simply outgrown its environment. Despite its collapse, Teotihuacan's influence endured for centuries. The Aztecs considered it a sacred site and built shrines there. The Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent was a pilgrimage destination. The Aztecs believed the gods had created the sun at Teotihuacan, and that was why the pyramids faced the rising sun. Today, archaeologists have mapped only about 5% of the city. The rest remains buried under farmland and modern development. New discoveries continue to emerge. Radar surveys in recent years have revealed underground tunnels and chambers beneath the pyramids. Teotihuacan's art and symbols spread across Mesoamerica. Feathered serpent imagery appears at sites from Tikal in Guatemala to Monte Alban in Oaxaca, evidence of a trade network that stretched across thousands of miles. Teotihuacan remains one of the great unsolved puzzles of archaeology. Who were the people who built a city of 200,000, one of the largest in the world, and then vanished? Why did they leave almost no written records? Why did they abandon their magnificent city? Every generation asks the same questions. Every generation finds new clues. And every generation is reminded that the ancient world was far more complex than we imagined. The city of the gods still has secrets, and it's still waiting to tell them.